Big tent Christianity. That we should no longer be children, tossed to and fro and carried about with every wind of doctrine by the trickery of men, in the cunning craftiness of deceitful plotting. Ephesians 4, verse 14. It is popular now to refer to big tent Christianity. Although that's only popular with an increasingly declining number of individuals, because it's the heir of a certain generation. The imagery harkens back to the days of traveling revivalists who set up tents on the edge of town. The townspeople, regardless of their religious background, would converge on the tent each evening in search of a deeper experience. Or there was nothing else to do. It is a generous image, and one that seeks to include a much broader base of people in the life of the church. Likewise, some refer to the generous orthodoxy, which suggests that the bare essentials of Christianity remain non-negotiable, such as the basic plan of salvation or the divinity of Christ. But the traditional bounds of doctrine that serve the church, sometimes appearing to be more like a fence, are moved further outward to include more points of view. It is a pleasant thought and has something to it. Jesus was always generous when it came to the people he was willing to engage with and love. And introductory talking points on the subject are a bit more broad, especially concerning the types that Jesus would engage with, but he didn't condone the sin. And we can learn much when it comes to how broad we are willing to make our circle of personal associates. The doors of the church should be open, and people from every walk of life ought to feel welcome and comfortable with us, which is a big problem. A lot of even church members going to different churches don't feel welcome. Every church service ought to be a big tent evangelistic outreach. When it comes to minor issues, silence is often eloquence. Some hills really are not worth dying on, and there is plenty of room for personal discretion and understanding of Bible principle in God's remnant church. But the rest of the world, as it jettisons biblical doctrine in favor of broader inclusivity, which means you have no standard, so you accept everything, and even people with a religious background have elements in religion that are fundamentally incompatible with each other, so you get into trouble eventually. The last day remnant church cannot afford to forget that we do have a distinctive message that no one else carries. The three angels message of Revelation 14, which must remain non-negotiable. And it is the author's opinion that it always will remain non-negotiable. When Seventh-day Adventists pledge to order their lives in harmony with the Bible principle, we are declaring common doctrinal ground on which we will not compromise. We understand that we have been given a unique role in this last generation to hold out distinctive truth, to call God's people out of the errors of Babylon, and to exhibit a clearer and more compelling picture of Jesus than can be found in the world of last-day religious compromise. Yes, our tent must always be big, but not so doctrinally undefined that it is no longer a tent at all.